Assalamu alaikum. Army Public School and College Khanewal. It's class 10 biology lecture. Chapter 13 Sport and Movement, and the topic we are going to discuss about bone and components of human skeleton. Let's see the structure of the bone. Yes, yesterday we discussed about the cartilage, that was the soft bone. But now we are going to discuss about the bone. Because of the presence of collagen fiber, its structure is very hard in nature. Let's see about the bone in detail. A highly vascularized living connective tissue in which the matrix is calcified by the deposition of calcium phosphate. Yes. Always your mother try to give you the milk. The major component calcium is present there just to make your bone much stronger, right? Because it is calcified with the calcium phosphate. It provides shape and support for the body. Yes, you know that what was the role of bone in your body, because it is giving shape and support. That's why bone is compulsory in your body. Protects vital organ and helps transmission of body weight for muscles attachment and levers for locomotion, and involved in erythropoiesis. So these are the certain characteristics that are relevant to the bone. But you need to remember a few of these first three. Now let's see the structure of the bone. You can see here one bone. The end parts. The end parts are known as the epiphysis. The end bones end are known as the epiphysis ends. Fine. And the middle part of it is known as the diaphysis. Okay. The internet connection is unstable. If we see the macroscopic structure of the bone, then we can see certain things in the bone. Medullary cavity, cylindrical cavity inside the shaft filled with bone marrow. Okay, let's see this diagram again. This is the shaft part, right? And it is called the medullary cavity. It is present inside. This is a part of spongy bone, that is soft bone. This is a part of hard bone, the compact bone. It is made up of medullary cavity. You can see inside, this is the medullary cavity. In between them, there is endosteum, and the outermost layer is present here, that is called the periosteum. So the outermost layer is called the periosteum. Inside of it is the endosteum, and the cavity which is present here is known as the medullary cavity. And this whole structure is making the compact bone, because it is very hard in nature. But if you see these end parts, the epiphysis parts of the bone here, you can see that it is made up of spongy bone parts. They are porous and they are very soft in nature. Okay, and this point is also called the shaft. Now see, bone marrow, hemopoietic organ, periosteum. You know that this is the outermost layer that is hard in nature. Connective tissues covering on the external portion of the bone. Endosteum lining at the medullary cavity, lined with monolayer of cells. It is just inside the periosteum, so it is a line of monolayer cells. Next is the types of bones. We have the structure of bone is divided into its two types. One end is this one, the spongy soft bone, and the other is the hard bone, that is called the compact bone. Right? Now let's see what is the spongy bone and the hard bone. Compact bone, the very dense bone on the outside surface made of bony plates arranged compactly, while the spongy cancellous, also known the porous portion lining the marrow cavity. This is irregular arrangement of lamella with spaces called the trabeculi. Okay, let's see it again. I think I should show you this picture of it. Yes, you can see this spaces present inside of spongy bones. As it is the porous, these spaces are known as the spicules. Okay, so this is the compact and soft bone. You can see here, this is the hard region which is making the compact part of the bone, and inside is the bone soft mass. Porous part is known as the spongy bone. It is just like a sponge where the blood vessels are present. Okay, so here we end with this bone, and the cells which are present here in the bones are known as the these are known as the osteocytes. Okay, chondrocytes were the cells of the cartilage, while the osteocytes are the cells of the bone. So bone is made up of compact part, spongy part, and beside it, it is also made up of osteocytes, the bone cells. Okay. Now we start the next part of our topic is the component of human skeleton. You you know about the skeleton. I showed you the picture. You are also having a skeleton in your body, right? We see the components of human skeleton, then there are 206 bones. Total are the 206 bones present in your body. We have divided them into two parts. One is the axial skeleton and the other is the appendicular skeleton. Okay. If we see the axial skeleton, as here you can see the axial skeleton, right? It is made up of vertebral column. Okay. Next, rib cages are present here. So there are certain parts, vertebral column given here. The cervical, next to it is the rib cage. This one. These are the parts of the axial skeleton. Okay. Now let's start with the axial skeleton. Total bone present here are the 80 bones. Okay, axial skeleton. So it is present in the head and trunk of the body. This is the head part, right? And this is the trunk. The vertebral part is also known as the trunk part of the body. It is composed of 5 parts. If you see the skull part, it contains the 22 bones. The skull is made up of 22 bones, right? Out of which are 8 cranial bones and the remaining 14 are the facial bones. Fine. And if you see these ossicles that are present in the ears, they are also coming in the skull part. So 3 bones in each ear and total are the 6 bones. The paired 3 bones are present in each ear. Next to it is there is also a hyoid bone. Hyoid bone, remember? Where is the hyoid bone? In axial skeleton. Let me show you the hyoid bone. This is a hyoid bone. But it is also axial skeleton. No, it's not axial. The hyoid bone is present here. Let me show you this one. Hyoid bone is present here, okay? This part where the hyoid bone located. So these are the exoskeleton part in which you can see first of all the skull that is made up of axial skeleton totally made up of 80 bones, right? Now see the classification. You are supposed to make one column near about the axial skeleton in your book. Just write that skull made up of 22 bones, 8 are facial and 8 are cranial bones that makes the cranium and 14 are the facial bones that are making the face part. After that, there are 6 middle ear ossicles that are present in your ear. Next to it, center neck bone is called the hyoid bone, and next to it is this is a vertebral column, and it is having how many bones? 26 bones here. So it consists of 33 vertebrae here. The chest made of chest bone called the sternum. If you see in the center, so this, yes, you can see rib cages. 12 pairs are here. Total are 24. Next is the classification of it. No need to see it, but see, this is the central bone to which these ribs are attached, and this central bone is called the sternum. Now, repeat them again. That total are the 80 bones. Fine. If we talk about the skull bone, they are 22 in numbers, out of which 8 are cranial bones and 14 are your facial bones, right? Next to it is your ear that is having the 6 bones that called the ear ossicle. Next to it is the vertebral column made up of 33 vertebrae. Next to it is the chest cavity where the 12 pairs of ribs and one central bone called the sternum and one hyoid. If you collect these all bones, then it becomes total 80 in numbers that are making your axial skeleton. Okay, clear it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now in this region you can see the part which is highlighted with red color is the appendicular skeleton, and the part which is not highlighted, okay, this is your axial skeleton. Fine. So you can see here the cranium was the 8 bones, facial was the 14 bones, one was the hyoid bone, right? And 33 vertebrae are here, 6 are ear ossicles, and what else left? One sternum bone. Now total are 80, just count them. Hurry up, quickly, do it. Yes, is it 18 number? Tell me, I assigned you one task to calculate these bones. Tell me after calculating what number you got. Tell me. If anybody has done this, please raise the hand so I could ask. Alishba, Abdul Manan, Iza, Saria, do count all the bones and make 80. Hurry up. Can you complete this digit? I think I need to do this. You are not doing it. 22 bones are present in your skull, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Next are
Yes, ma'am. 80.
6 plus 6 bones are the ear ossicles,
Middle ear.
plus 1 is the high bone, plus 33 vertebrae, fine, plus 1 is the sternum, and plus 24 are the ribs.
Chest.
So it is making total 80 bones here, okay?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
In
Yes.
some books, the
Yes,
vertebral
ma'am.
column contains the 26 bones. 26 vertebrae are also given there. Just count them. Maybe your error get cleared. If you are having any error, then calculate it with 26 bones, okay? Now see the next, appendicular skeleton. That is the next part. This is red highlighted part is showing the appendicular skeleton. It is having this region that is called the pectoral girdle. This is called the pectoral girdle region that is attaching your arm with your shoulder girdle. Okay, so this area is called the pectoral girdle. Next, your legs are attaching with this part, the pelvic part, and it is called the pelvic girdle. Okay, and forelimbs are given here. These are your forelimbs. Oh, sorry, these are upper limbs. These are called the forelimbs, the arms, and the legs are known as the hind limbs. So this is all the structure of the appendicular skeleton. Now let's start the counting of its bone. Okay, and now come towards the pectoral girdle. Here it is. Appendicular skeleton is composed of 126 bones. Total are here 126 bones. Okay. The shoulder girdle is made of 4 bones. This is your shoulder girdle and it is made up of 4 bones. Arms have 6 bones, 1, 2, 3, like humerus, radius and ulna. And same are present here. So 3 and 3 are the 6. Fine. Both hands have 54 bones. Here in your hand, Richard, both hands have 54 bones. If we see. And pelvic girdle, this is the hip bone, right? It has 2 bones. The pelvic girdle is having 2 bones, ilium and ischium. Legs have 6 bones, same like the hands, 1, 2, 3. Same 1 big bone and these 2, 3. And 3, 3, 6, total 6 bones are in legs. And both feet have also 54, just like your hands. Your hands are composed of 54 bones, both hands. Say in the same way, your feet are also made up of 54 bones. Now just calculate them and make a digit of 126 bones. Hurry up.
Miss done.
Done. Is it 126?
Miss done. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Is it
Now calculate 126 with 80.
206?
So total bones in your body are 206 bones.
6.
Okay.
206.
Now please let me know about the fetus or the inborn baby. He's having 300 bones. When these bones fused with each other, it makes 206 bone in the human body. Okay, now this all was about your appendicular and axial skeleton. Now I am moving ahead with the types of the joints. Let's see what are the joints and their types now. On Friday, inshallah, I'm going to end this chapter. Now let's see the types of joints, which is very important. What are the joints? First things come to your mind. Joints are the areas where two or more bones meet. Here you can see the leg joints, fine. Here you can see this thigh bone is connecting with these two bones of leg, and here one connection is present, and that connection is called the joint. Joints consist of the following: cartilage. Yes, of course. You can see here, this is the area of a joint where one bone is meeting with other bone. Here on its surface, one cartilage is present, soft cartilage. Okay. Okay. Now see, there are different joints. This is the shoulder joint where arm is attached with your shoulder girdle, wrist where hand is attached with your arm, pelvic girdle where leg is attached with your pelvis, knee where the thigh bone is attached with the leg bone, and foot and ankle where foot is attached with the ankle in your with your leg bones. Right. So these where the two bones are attaching with each other or meeting with each other are known as the joints. Let's see the types of the joints. Types of joints. We have divided joints into three main types. First of all is the immovable joints, those joints that cannot move. Now please just focus on your body and tell me what are the immovable joints in your body. Please think about it. They have no movements. Now think where two bones are meeting with each other that cannot move properly, totally immovable. What are that joints in your body?
Skull bones.
Good. As this area is highlighted with this orange pen, and you can see this orange circle, this is showing the skull bones. Can you move your skull bones that are 18 numbers? Can these bones are movable?
No.
No.
They are not movable.
No.
They are totally immovable bones. So these bones are immovable, and its example is the skull bone. Next to it is the slightly movable joints, those who can show a little bit movement. What are that joints?
Ribs.
Ribs. Okay, it can be the ribs. Anything else other than these ribs? The vertebrae also, a vertebral column that is having the vertebrae in it. They also show the slightly movable joints because they are also showing a little movement. When you bend, fine. When you stand and when you bend, it also shows a slight movement. Same like when you inhale air and exhale air, the inhalation and exhalation also shows that this rib cage bones also shows slightly movement. So you can say that here we are having example of ribs and vertebrae. Clear? Next, is known as the freely movable, that can move in freely in all directions. So for this purpose, we have divided it into two joints, hinge joints and the ball and socket joint.
Ball and
Hinge and ball and socket joint. What are the hinge joints? Just see on your arm, fine, and just relax your arm and then contract your arm. Do this activity. Now tell me that your elbow bone is showing a movement of throw and back movement. Is it so? When you
Yes.
straighten
Yes.
your arm and when you bend your arm, you can notice one movement in the area of elbow, that it is showing throw and back movement. Is it happening so?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. It's mean that freely movable joints have been divided into two types. One is the hinge joint, that is showing the movement of throw and back. And you can notice this movement in the
Yes.
area of elbow. And what other thing where you can notice it? Here. You can see it also here, okay, in the knee region. When you kick a football, right? You just throw your leg ahead and then back. It's mean it is also showing. One thing more, if you open the door, it is also showing the throw and back movement, right? This is a type of hinge joint where the movement is in one plane in one direction. It is called the hinge joint. Okay, clear with this point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next thing is ball and socket joint. Okay, for this purpose, let me show you this. This is a socket. You can show the see the socket in your eyes also, that your eyes is having one cavity, one groove where the where the eye structure is present. In the same way, there is a socket. Simply you have sockets, electric sockets in your home where you adjust the different chargers and plugs in different types of appliances, right? That is also a socket where you fix certain things.
Yes.
You can call them the ball. So few joints are in your body that are known as a ball and socket joint, and they are present in these regions. You can notice that in shoulder cavity, your bone is fixed and it can rotate. Can you rotate this point? Please rotate your arm and let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you
Yes.
throw a ball? The cricketers, the boys who plays cricket, when they throw a ball, they show this movement. And this movement take place, that this movement is called the all directional movement. Fine. In all directions, you can move your arm with the help of this joint, that is called the ball and socket joint. That gives you a free movement in all directions, right? And the same way, you can also rotate your neck. Can you? Yes, you can. And hence this region is also. You can also rotate your leg, right? With this pelvic point. Here is also ball and socket joint. So freely movable joints are divided into two types, hinge joints and ball and socket joint. Yes, please, any question?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay, now give me one example for the hinge joint in your body.
Elbow. Knee and elbow.
Knee is also there. Yes, good. And what can be the example for ball and socket joint in your body?
Hip and shoulder.
Yes?
Shoulders. Hip and shoulder.
Shoulder.
Shoulder girdle and pelvic girdle. Okay, good ho gaya. Well done. So I am ending your lesson with this topic. If you are having any question, please you can ask.
No.
No. You are done with your lecture?
Yes.
When I was teaching you, here was
Yes, ma'am.
9 participants. Now it has become 10. Who came late in my class? Hamza. Hamza, you are very late today.